I think that parents, a lot of time, and I'm just making a generalization, we take for granted all of these difficult moments with our kids because we just want to get to the next stage, right? When they're in the terrible twos or the diaper stage, you're like, oh, can't wait for that to be over. I don't agree with that. I think that we should not try to go to the next level. It's really about enjoying where you are right now, because especially with kids, most of the time you only have them full time in your life for 18 years. Again, normalization. So that's not very many years.
No, it was really not.
And then
Dad was really sad today. I ate lunch with him today, and he was really sad when I told him I had like 2 more weeks left here.
yeah, it's so as you get older, you realize all the things that you did take for granted. And I don't want to say that time that you wasted, because I never feel that time is wasted, because I feel like you learn something from everything you do. But that idea of, wow, I wish we could go back to that point in time.
Yeah.
You just can't. But that's why it's like you got to enjoy it in the moment and really love what you're doing. Enjoy even the crazy time with your kids. What do you take for granted? Something we've been talking about a lot at the house this week, because I think I take a lot of stuff for granted, as I am a couple weeks post surgery and there's a lot of things I can't do. And I'm realizing, wow, that used to be no big deal. So what do you think? What's the biggest thing you take for granted?
There's a lot.
Other than me.
I was literally about to say, I think this past 2 weeks has shown, has it only, I don't even know how long it's been. Has it been 2 weeks? It feels like it's been
once
like
this
7
comes out, it's going to be
freaking
3
months.
weeks. But yeah, it's been exactly 2 weeks.
Of, yeah, I definitely take you for granted. Whether that's laundry, as much as I say I do my own, not when I'm home, or dinner prep, or honestly, like a big one is, this will sound bad, and I love my father so much, but like answering his phone calls. I have to like keep up with him now, because you're not.
Because he's not calling me as
Yeah.
much, so he's calling you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he'll be like, well, mom needs this. Go check on mom to do this.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah, there's a lot, honestly, that you, well, I feel like we've talked about this in previous episodes about how much you do. And I think the entire, maybe not the entire family, but definitely the immediate household is feeling the impacts of you being down.
Yes. And, I would say the first week, 10 days, you guys were great. I mean, you're still pretty good. But
Oh, wait, I was like, do not roast me. I am trying my best.
Now it's kind of like when I ask somebody to help, they're like, oh, I'm like, I still can't do it. It's only been 2 weeks. Like,
it's
I've
funny
got
to me.
6 weeks that I have to be immobilized. 6 weeks that I'm not moving that shoulder.
Ari is kind of the worst about it, but it's funny because he's had all of the same surgeries done, so she should know.
Yeah. And maybe because I did everything for him after those surgeries, he's like, gosh, you can still do it. Well, I don't know.
That's not really how that works. I think, though, on the topic of taking things for granted, yeah, you're right now definitely number one on my list.
Okay. Yeah, I would say that things that, again, on the daily basis that I've really thought about lately. Okay, I can brush my teeth fine. I can't do my hair. I mean, I can wash it now, at least, because I can.
Oh, you can.
I can get my arm wet.
Oh, okay, yeah. But you can't lift your hand. You can only do it with one hand.
Yeah.
But did you ever practice doing that? Sometimes I do when I'm in the shower, just to see what would happen if I can only use one arm.
No, I should have practiced a lot of things ahead of time, but I didn't. I mean, I can pull up my pants and all that kind of stuff now, so that's good. But putting on eye makeup today, I tried to put on a little bit of makeup.
Oh, I literally am looking at you like, oh, she did her makeup. I wonder what looks different. No, I haven't seen you with your makeup done in a...
Trust me, it did not help today. But
and there's this one creator, she was born with no limbs, and she's a makeup artist.
Oh, that's amazing.
And that to me is incredible, because you are struggling to do it with one hand, and she does it with no arms.
It's unbelievable. Yeah, so I was trying to put on eyeliner. Mascara was fine, but eyeliner, because usually you pull like, your eye a little bit to get it on straight, and you can't do that because you got the pencil in one hand. So you just have to kind of like fake it. And I was like, okay, that was hard, and that didn't look so good, but whatever, I did it. Yeah, there's just a lot of things on a daily basis you can't carry two things at once, right? I'm not going to carry a bag everywhere I go, but carrying my water bottle, I got to take one trip with the water bottle because it will spill if it goes sideways. I mean, these sound like little things, but it's things that I would have never thought about before
Yeah.
that I totally took for granted. Um, Cooking is much more difficult. Not that I'm really cooking
I was
right
about to
now.
say.
Laundry is impossible. I use a claw to get the stuff off the ground into the machine because I can't reach over. I can start it and I can move it over to the dryer, but I can't fold it. And that's like my biggest pet peeve is when laundry is dry. I feel like you gotta fold it right away
Yeah.
because I don't like to
I
get the
don't feel like
wrinkles.
that, but
Yeah,
she
and the
does.
rest of the family doesn't agree with me, so we'll all be wearing wrinkled clothes for a few weeks.
None of my clothes are currently wrinkled because it doesn't actually matter.
Okay.
So there's that aspect of it.
Uh, Sleeping. So I know, like, I have insomnia to begin with, but the idea of not being able to choose the position you sleep in. So I used to be a side sleeper. So when I had the shoulder injury before the surgery, I was only sleeping on the right side. And now, with after the surgery, I have to sleep just on my back.
I think
So
sleep is one
that's
of those
hard.
things in general, though, that you don't know how grateful you are
Mm.
for it until it's gone. Because, like, I mean, you especially have gone through, decades of no sleep. I've gone through points of my life where sleep is such a struggle for me, whether that's staying asleep or getting to sleep. So once you're in that routine, it's like misery on earth. But then when you're like back to sleeping normally, you don't understand, like how big of a deal sleep is on your life.
Okay, kindergarten, where you were asked to take a nap or required to take a nap.
Yeah.
Gosh, can't we all go back to that?
I don't
Right?
I, I don't even know if I could take a nap during the day.
Yeah, I can't.
It like
I can't.
anxiety central.
Yeah, there's too many things to do.
Exactly.
And but the idea of when I was in high school and I could sleep till like 11 o'clock. Actually, one day after surgery, I slept in late and they were all like, "Oh my gosh, is she alive?" It's
I've
like,
never seen you sleep in up until this surgery.
yeah, this one's knocking me out. This is a harder recovery. I mean, and I've had some hard recoveries, but this one's a hard one. It's because you can't. It's not only does it hurt, you can't do stuff. I've never had any. Well, I had my elbow. I had elbow surgery, and that was like 6 weeks total. But this is going to be longer than that. So at least it's 6 weeks. I can't move it, and then after that, we'll see. But
To me, I can't even fathom that, honestly.
you do what you have to
I
do.
know, I know you do what you have to do. And I mean, like, I think time for me is just one of those things that I don't fully grasp, I
Oh,
guess.
how long?
But
Yeah, when they're like, "Aren't you fixed yet?" No,
yeah,
I'm not fixed yet. Okay, 6 weeks immobilized, and then I start therapy. But 6 weeks for them seems to be they're thinking it's in 2 days. Are you better? Can you do this? No, I can't
well, I
do
mean,
anything.
honestly, my days just feel like weeks.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. I
Mm.
feel like I go through several cycles of life each day.
Okay, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like 2 weeks have flown by though. From
Well, yeah, I completely agree. I mean, I'm almost done with my internship.
Yeah,
I have a week and a half left.
yeah. I think every day seems long, but the weeks go fast.
Yeah.
So that's the way I see it.
Hmm.
Okay, what other things like on a regular basis? So for me, like sleep, I can't drink caffeine. When I was younger, I could drink caffeine. If I drink caffeine now, even if I drink it at 8 o'clock in the morning, I get like irregular heartbeats at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So um, that's another thing. Going to the bathroom on a regular basis
Hell yeah.
or being able to have a bathroom. So one of the funniest things that happened to me, and you know this story, but after surgery, I'm in the recovery room and I really had to go to the bathroom. And for some reason, there's no bathroom in that recovery room. And they're like, well, your room's not ready yet. We can try this device. And I can't even remember the name of it, but it's like quick pick, but it's not quick pick. And it's like a vacuum. It's like an external catheter. And I obviously didn't use it right because that didn't work. And so basically even my socks were wet. We'll just leave it at that. And,
And you
you
didn't
know,
even have the autonomy to clean yourself.
I couldn't do anything. So I just had to say, I'm really sorry. And, of course, the nurse was so nice. And I just had to laugh because what else are you going to do?
Yeah.
I mean, like, literally, have I ever peed myself to my socks before? Never.
No, I don't think I have either.
Yeah. Well, there you have it.
Yeah.
And I was laying down.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
that's even
I
more
don't know if I've
impressive.
ever, yeah.
I had to go. What are you going to do? So, anyways, but so those kind of things where you, like, there was nowhere to go. And I couldn't have made it if I wanted to, right? Like, it is what it is.
I'm thinking too much about like catheters now and what they do during surgery. So.
Okay, well, this was external. This is
yeah.
not. Okay. The other thing, I saw this thing today, which I was like, okay, this goes along with the pee stuff, is there was, and I don't know if it was real. Again, it's social media, but there's this image. It looks like a scan, x-ray, something of a woman who was constipated and didn't go to the bathroom for like 19 days.
Mm-hmm.
And it showed like her colon completely like disformed. Now, again, I don't know enough about medicine to know, does that really happen? All I know is that if I didn't go to the bathroom for 19 days,
I would lose my mind.
My mind. I mean, I go to the bathroom, well, not right now, but typically every day. But I would lose my mind.
I completely agree. I don't know why it's like the biggest stress for me. It's not like the biggest stress for me, but when I'm not going to the bathroom regularly, it's probably one of the worst things in the world.
And I have had so many women tell me that. Like, I think it's a universal theme, honestly. So even when I go on my girls' trips, like, there are some people that I know that just can't go when they travel, or if they're in a public place, right? And so
I had to get over that one pretty quick with the Crohn's diagnosis.
Yeah, he did. And, me too. But for a lot of people, that's really hard.
Yeah.
And
no, but it makes your entire day slow down. You feel like you're double your size. You feel like you're so full and bloated and disgusting when you don't use the bathroom in the morning. For me, that's literally how I feel.
Yeah. So, I mean,
I
again,
cannot
something else
function
we take for
in my
granted
day.
is that I get to go to the bathroom, right?
Well, sometimes.
Okay. Well, yeah, right now, not so much.
Yeah.
But usually, I know that was a lot of information, TMI, right? But I'm just saying, like, these are things that we don't think about on a regular basis, saying, oh, wow, I'm able to do this, I'm able to do that, versus I can't do any of these things. And even more impressive, like you talked about the makeup artist that is a makeup artist.
Yeah, with no limbs and just functions.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
But I think that's true of so many people. I think you get used to, and I've gotten used to a few things. My biggest concern is because I'm not supposed to move it. Therefore, I'm worried I'm going to injure it. So, if you like that's my thing right now, is that's why I'm so
with your arm.
Yeah. I'm so cautious and listening to everything the doctor says, maybe to a negative extent.
I don't know if there really is a thing.
Yeah. Dad was like, you're being OCD.
When has Dad ever been the model patient? Never.
No, he's not the model patient.
No.
He has back surgery, and then he decides he's going to climb a mountain and be fine with it.
Yeah. Like that's not how that works.
No. So I'm literally not, I'm listening. I'm not picking up anything. They're like, you can move your hands like whatever, like T-Rex arms. And I was like, I think I'll just skip that. I'll just type with one hand. Actually, I put my voice to text on my computer now.
Oh, nice.
So it's weird though. It does not work as good as my phone.
No, it doesn't. I don't know. I don't know if it's like the speakers or the microphone on the computer, and that's why it's like not picking up so much.
Well, sometimes it does it double. Sometimes.
But also, I think voice to text is an AI product that learns like more custom to your voice over time.
So maybe it will
get better as time goes on.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I like look back right now, that I should have been grateful for more in the moment is living with my boyfriend. It's really nice, and not being near him kind of sucks.
Yeah, okay, so that's good.
Like
yeah.
I don't know, just you take the day-to-day interactions and you don't really think too much about them until you don't have them. And then like phone calls are great, but there's only so much that can be like said in a call versus said in person and done in person. Like we usually like watch a show every night. We don't really do that
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
We're just like cooking together.
That's why they say absence makes the heart grow fonder. Because you do realize what you've taken for granted,
Yeah.
and that you miss things. Even the one night I was spending at the hospital, your dad was like, "I'm gonna really miss you." I was like, "Okay, I was just on a girls trip for like 5 days, like last month, but I mean, that's a little bit different." So, but yeah, it's funny. He's like, "I'm gonna really miss you." I was like, "Yeah, just wait till I get back. You're gonna be like, please send her back."
You're funny. But I think he feels it too, being like with my boyfriend, just he's been like, it's so hard to live by yourself after getting a routine of living with two people, having to not only then cook, but then you have to clean after yourself.
Mm,
Like keeping up with everything else, because it's like we went from a 2-person household where we're splitting most chores equally to, okay, you have to do everything for the summer.
yeah, I mean that's part of it, but also it's the companionship part.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure. I mean, like, he got done with work early today, and it's like, okay,
what do I do now?
yeah,
Yeah. And that's like your older sister. So she's in Greece right now. Um, it's almost been 4 weeks, which is crazy to think.
that time has flown by with that.
Yeah. So she's got 4 more weeks there. And we were talking today about all the different things that she wants to do before she finishes there. But that was probably the funniest story of the week, is that so we talk about the things you take for granted, sleep, which again, I don't sleep in. I mean, this week I did a couple times because, it hurts. But so her sister, obviously it's a 7 hour time difference, and she usually messages me many times during the day, and I had really not heard from her, which was kind of weird. And so I try to call her before I go to bed, and of course it's the middle of the night there, so no answer. And then when we get up in the morning, uh, my husband calls her and no answer. And now it's like, 1 o'clock in the afternoon there. And so he wakes me up. He wakes Olivia up.
And it's not even normal wake up time yet. It's like 6:30 in the morning for us.
I know. He woke us both up. And then of course, like, he wakes me up he's like, I still couldn't reach her. And then I'm like panicked because she's in a different country. What do I do if I can't reach her? Do I reach out to the Airbnb host? Like, what do I do? And so I got a little smart there. And here's my tip of the week, is that if you have your kids on Find My, you can look up their phone and you can play the sound on their phone. And so, of course, she then calls me and she's like, well, hello. Oh, what do you mean, well, hello? We've been trying to reach you for like 24 hours.
No, it was 14, and she was just asleep for all of those. And if you know Emma, you know that she can sleep for a very long period of time. So no part of me was concerned.
Okay, I was still concerned. So, anyways, and then Rob's like, I'm either mad or I'm really worried. I was like, which one do you want to be? He's like, just mad, because if I'm worried, it's worse. Anyways, she was fine, but that girl can sleep.
Yeah, I cannot do that.
If she could just give half of it to me and half of it to you,
I know, we
would be good.
So nice.
Yeah.
I wish. I think that's why I go to bed so early. It's because I can't sleep in late. And that's the only time I can get my sleep in, because like I just wake up at a specific time. I slept until 9 this weekend. That was pretty late for me.
Yeah, you came down and I was shocked.
I was shocked too, but it felt nice.
And of course, she thought I was judging her. I was like, ooh, you did.
Well,
you slept in.
I feel like people do judge you when you sleep in, and why? I know this is off topic for things that you should be like, whatever.
Yeah,
things you take for granted, but why do we judge people that sleep in? As long as they're functioning members still, as long as you're getting everything done. That's like my thing with going to bed early. I don't stay up late because I get everything done I need to do, and then I just go to bed. Because why should I stay awake?
People are jealous? Like, I know I'm jealous of people.
I think it's jealous because it's like, oh my God, how dare you not have any responsibilities that you need to wake up for early in the morning?
Yeah. Or how dare you have the ability to actually sleep in?
Yeah.
And that your mind isn't racing, and that you don't think of the 50,000 things that you forgot to write on your list. I wonder if that's a really big piece of it. That's what I think.
Yeah. I think in the last year, though, things I feel as though that I have realized I took for granted were how easy college was compared to the real world in law school, and how much you're in a bubble still. Even like that bubble is obviously not completely over, but it's graduate school and professional school is a lot more similar to having a real job than it is with college. Living with my friends, I think that was something I definitely took for granted, even though, like, we went through
Bumps in the
bumps in
road.
the road. But just like being able to see your best friends every single day is something I definitely took for granted in college, and I didn't realize like how nice that was until I got out. Although it's equally as nice now to have my own space and time. But just like the proximity, like being able to see someone when I want to see them and not living in a whole different city.
I think people are always working towards the next step instead of really enjoying the moment, right?
For sure.
So,
I try to like push myself on that more and to really just like live in the moment. And I think that's why like lists are so important, because I can always just come back to it later. Well,
mhm.
not always, but you put it down so you can come back to it later instead of stressing about it in the moment.
Yeah, I think that parents a lot of time, and I'm just making a generalization, but we take for granted all of these difficult moments with our kids
Mhm.
because we just want to get to the next stage. So, right when they're in the terrible twos or the diaper stage, you're like, "Oh, can't wait for that to be over." And I don't agree with that. I think that we should not try to go to the next
Mhm.
level. It's really about enjoying where you are right now because especially with kids, most of the time you only have them full time in your life for 18 years. Again, generalization. So that's not very many years,
No, it
right?
was really not.
And then,
Dad was really sad today. I ate lunch with him today, and he was really sad when I told him I had like 2 more weeks left here.
yeah, it's so as you get older, you realize all the things that you did take for granted. And I don't want to say the time that you wasted because I never feel that time is wasted because I feel like you learn something from everything you do. But that idea of, wow, I wish we could go back to that point in time.
Yeah.
You just can't. But, that's why it's like you got to enjoy it in the moment and really love what you're doing. Enjoy even the crazy time with your kids. Find satisfaction in your job, all of the things, so that you don't look back and say, oh, I feel like I wasted that time.
Yeah.
But the boyfriend thing is interesting because I feel like that with your dad. So I was thinking about this yesterday, or yesterday, the day before. Oh, it's all running together. But he was helping me after I showered get dressed so I didn't have to. Because for me to get dressed, I got to go sit on the bed and put on my clothes just in case I lose my balance and fall down. Because then that would be bad.
Yeah,
Have
no, it would
surgery again.
be.
So he was literally on his knees helping me get my pants on. And I was thinking, how lucky am I
Yeah.
that this man, after 32 years of marriage,
We'll
will
still
still,
bend down and put your pants on for
yeah, put
you.
my pants on and not complain. He does tease me sometimes, but really, that's what love really looks like, and not to take anything like that for granted. And so I'm really making sure that I say thank you for all of the little details right now because I know it's a pain. I know that every morning one of them has to come in the room and put my hair up in a ponytail because I can't
It
do
is
that.
though, like I feel like exposure therapy on how to be less selfish
Mm,
though. And how to like, especially I feel like in law school, like yes, I obviously care about my boyfriend and do a lot for him and he does a lot for me, but like you're in this bubble of like I care about myself, I'm doing things for myself, what I want is for myself. And then being in this situation is like taking the step back and being like, I really do want to do this right now, but someone else needs my help more. So it is kind of like
mm.
exposure therapy in that way of like taking a step back and realizing like it's okay to be selfish, but you also need to balance that out with helping people, especially the people that help you.
Yeah, I. Some people say selfish, right? That I don't ever look at it as being. I guess if you're being mean to someone and doing everything for yourself, then that's selfish. But self care is still important.
Yeah.
But when someone is in need, I mean, also I've had my great friends who have come over and brought meals, and I mean the amount of food that
Oh my God. Yeah.
they
It's kind
brought
of
to the
ridiculous.
house, it's amazing. And then the
Yeah.
people that have reached out and flowers and bottles of wine, all the good things. It just shows the amazing community that
Yeah.
we have, and it just don't take those things for granted. And I really try not to with my friends and not with my family, but now again it's like the little things that we do every day that I'm thinking about,
Mm-hmm.
ooh, did I take them for granted? Did I take that for granted?
You know
And
what I took for granted? Letting the dogs out in the backyard without having to
mm,
worry about it. We have someone working on the seawall right now, and they have been for 2 weeks. That I miss.
yeah, so it is. You have
It's
to,
really just the little things, though.
and the timing with my surgery probably couldn't be worse because they're out there like breaking concrete and it's really noisy. But it's, you can't just put the dogs in the backyard and hope everything's okay because there's a chance that the gate's open.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the guys are out there working during the day, someone has to walk the dogs on a leash. And I can't do it because I can't do it. The arm doesn't work that way. And if I fall, again, that's a problem. So everybody's had to really jump in for that. Now, if I wouldn't have been injured, I don't think anybody would have noticed this as a more difficult period of time in terms of what had to
The
be done with the dogs
dogs.
because I would have been doing it all.
Yeah,
Yes.
probably, but you're here during the day, and they're done like for me. I mean, like,
First thing in the morning. And
yeah, I can
then,
let them out first thing in the morning without them being there.
yeah.
I don't know,
And
but
then
yeah, for sure, honestly.
they're here till like 6 p.m. So, yeah, again, it's a little thing, but all these little things add up. And I'll have people say, well, certain things are just not a big deal. Like, for example, after the surgery, I have this bleeding disorder called von Willebrand's disease. I don't make enough of the von Willebrand's factor to clot my blood properly. And it's not the worst thing in the world, but I have to get an infusion anytime if I have an accident or if I have a procedure. And so my youngest daughter took me up the first day to the infusion center. So this is like the day after surgery, day after I got discharged. I felt horrible. It took like 3 hours to get everything done because you got to
Mm-hmm.
re-register. And I was like, oh my gosh, just don't pass out. And it was kind of, she kept just saying, are you okay? Are you okay? And I was like, yes, I'm okay. And we go upstairs finally to the infusion center. I'm getting my infusion. And you can hear the people on the, like most of the people that are in the infusion center are there because they have cancer and they're getting their
Mm-hmm.
chemotherapy. And so when I finished, Millie said, uh, I just feel bad that you have to do this for 3 more days. Like, it seems like a lot. And I was like, did you happen to hear the conversations on either
Yeah.
side of us? And she was like, no, I wasn't listening to anybody else's conversations. And I was like, well, if you listen for a second, both of them are getting chemotherapy for cancer. So this I have to do right now is, yes, an inconvenience, but I'm not taking for granted that it's only for this short period of
Yeah.
time and it's only because I have this thing instead of something much, much worse. So I think that was like also eye opening for her to really think about things differently. Like, we all have inconveniences in our life, right? We all have times we have to take a step back, not necessarily a setback, but a step back on things. And that's what this is. It's like a pause. And sometimes I'm the kind of person that it's hard to pause. I've realized that I am a control
Mm-hmm.
freak. And
Oh,
oh,
okay.
yeah, we can do another episode on that.
Sure.
I'm a control freak, and maybe I could say recovering because I'm doing better.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't like to wait. I like to get things done. And so this has really taught me the power of the pause and how many things you can accomplish and how good you can feel about things in that pause. I just talked for a really long time, so.
I mean, we're very different in that way. I'm very actively not a control freak and go with the flow. Like Emma texted me today, I'm going to visit her in Greece. Like, oh, we need to plan our things. I'm like, okay, just do it. Like, I don't care.
I think because I've done it for so long, I don't think I felt like that when I was younger, but I think because I have had to wrangle 6 kids for so long, wrangle might not be the best word, that I do feel,
Yeah.
and if you call me out, I'm like, you're right. I mean, your dad will call me out sometimes. I'm like, okay, let's do it Simone's way. Let's do it Simone's way. It's like, well, it is the better way,
Oh
but go
my
ahead, you do
God.
it your way.
You're silly.
Anyways, okay. So, you want to do yours first?
Okay. Our relationships, good or bad, send ripples throughout our whole life.
Yeah, it's true. Don't take them for granted.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. Okay. Here's my confidence tip related to not taking things for granted. We brush our teeth, make our beds, answer emails, and somehow keep the fridge from becoming a science experiment. But we rarely give ourselves credit for the daily stuff. The truth, confidence doesn't come from big wins. It's built in the quiet consistency of showing up for your life, even when no one's clapping. That's pretty good too.
That's good. And on one final note, the science experiment thing in the fridge, that is something I take Dad for granted for. I didn't realize he was throwing away everything until I got like my own fridge in college and realized like, oh, I had someone doing that before. Huh?
Yeah. Two things he really loves, hate. He's got a love-hate relationship, which is cleaning out the fridge. You can't leave anything in there for a day. She got up this morning. She's like, where's my egg wrap? Oh, if it sat in there for a day, it's in the trash.
Yeah.
Like, it is
I was
gone.
like, okay.
And dishes. I think it must be cathartic to him because he does it before. He might say, oh, I can't believe they're not doing it. But he does it before he even asks them. So I think he just assumes you guys are just going to show up and be the magic cleaning fairy, and that doesn't happen.
Well, I was in for a rude awakening when I realized that he actively cleans out the fridge every night, and I have to do the same when I live, not with him.
Yes, there would be lots of things growing. She tried to leave his biggest pet peeve. One of his biggest pet peeves is milk. Past the expiration date. Actually, once it hits the expiration date, he cannot no longer smell it.
Even like the day before, he's like, are we sure? Are we sure? I'm like, okay, Dad.
So she had milk left and she left it in there just to see what would happen. And it was one day past and she looked, she's like, oh, it's gone. He's like, oh, really? That was on purpose? And she said, I just wanted to see what you're going to do.
He can't handle it.
Yeah, he can't handle it. That's okay. We all have our things. You know what? Better that he cleans it out versus
honestly,
puts it all in there. Yeah,
I agree.
Okay. Thank you for joining us on this week's episode of Her Unshakable Confidence. Always remember, you are unshakable.
Bye, guys.
Thank you for listening to Her Unshakable Confidence with Simone and Olivia Knego. We hope this episode has made your day just a little bit brighter and given you the inspiration you need to confidently go about your week. Always remember to be authentically you. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss an episode. And feel free to connect with them on Instagram at Simone Knego and at Olivia Knego. Till next time.